my channel, The Mental Traveler. I'm Caro Herrera, and today I'm going to be reviewing a book called Avalon. It was written by Anya Seaton and it was published in 1965. And before I begin, let me just say that this will be a spoiler-free video, so you can sit back and enjoy. I'm going to read the Goodreads plot summary because I really enjoy it. This saga of yearning and mystery travels across oceans and continents to Iceland, Greenland, and North America during the time in history when Anglo-Saxons battled Vikings and the Norsemen discovered America. The marked contrast between powerful royalty, landless peasants, Viking warriors, and noble knights are expertly brought to life in the gripping tale of the French prince named Roman. Shipwrecked off the Cornish coast on his quest to find King Arthur's legendary Avalon, Roman meets a lonely girl named Merowyn, and their lives soon become intertwined. Roman brings Merowyn to England, but once there, he's so dazzled by Queen Alrida's beauty that it makes him a virtual prisoner to her will. In this riveting romance, Anya Seaton once again proves her mastery of historical detail and ability to craft a compelling tale that includes real and colorful personalities such as St. Dunstan and Eric the Red. I give Avalon a 4 out of 5 stars review. Why? Well, because while I really enjoyed it, I didn't love it as much as Catherine or Dragon Week. One of the great things about it for me, though, was the fact that I learned a lot more about the time period it's set in. I love medieval England, as I've said before, but I'm specialized in William the Conqueror onwards, and this takes place way before the Norman conquest, so it was an eye-opener for sure. Also, I know nothing about the history of Greenland, Iceland, and North America before the 1600s, so that was also very interesting to learn about. I'm a big romantic though, so the love story here let me down a bit because it was way too realistic. It dealt with two people loving each other at the wrong times. I like it when both are in love at the same time, but still, it's realistic, so I do appreciate that aspect of the story. And then the characters. I didn't care that much for Roman because he was just too weak a love interest for me to cheer him on. And his character development is good and realistic, but he's sort of boring. Merowyn was more interesting, especially as she grew older, and I could empathize with her at several stages of her life, so I did like her characterization. Finally, I find it really curious how Anya Seaton seems to write in different styles in all the novels I've read by her so far. For example, I loved Catherine's writing style. Dragon Week wasn't as good, but it was still pretty engaging. And it's clear that the author wrote Dragon Week first because she was just mastering the art of writing. And yet Avalon was written after Catherine and it was also different in writing styles. The male lead wasn't as compelling as Catherine's John of Gaunt, and it wasn't quite as good as Catherine overall. Still, I've decided I will read more of Seaton's works in the future, The Turquoise and The Winthrop Woman, to read one day, in the near future. So I've always loved history, and since I'm a bibliophile and an Anglophile, most of the books I read are historical fiction novels based on England or the British Empire. And my passion for books, particularly set in the Middle Ages, began thanks to the novels of Sharon K. Penman, and after devouring all of her novels, I'm on the lookout for any other books set in that time period that can be as good as hers. I haven't found any at the moment, but the one that actually comes closest to Sharon's level of excellency would be Anya Seaton's Catherine, which I read back in 2019. But when I finished Catherine, I loved it so much that I immediately researched all of the author's other books, but I remember that I didn't really like the plot of the other novels, so I didn't read them at the time. But then back in November 2020, I ended up discovering this film called Dragon Week, and I loved it. When I discovered that it was a movie adaptation of a novel written by Anya Seaton, I knew I had to read the book, which I did, and I really enjoyed it, and I've also reviewed that story. So yeah, some months later in March 2021, when I didn't really have anything to read, I looked up once again Seaton's books and decided to give Avalon a try, which is why I'm here. Until they make a movie or a show about Avalon, I believe that's all I have to say about this story. Thank you so much for watching my review of it. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you did or if you didn't, as well as what your own thoughts regarding the story, the historical events it represents, other of Anya Seaton's works, their movie adaptations, anything that's relevant. I would love to talk about it all with you. In the description box below you can find a link to the Goodreads page for Avalon. And well, I'm Caro Herrera, the Mental Traveler, and I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. I'll be seeing you soon. Take care and goodbye!